Okay, today you're going to be working on lesson 7.6, fraction multiplication. We've been doing this now. It's our 6th lesson, so let's see what they want for us to do today. No problem. Sasha has 3/5 of a scarf left to knit. If she finishes 1/2 of that today, how much of the scarf will Sasha knit today? So we're going to multiply 1/2 times 3/5. Shade 3/5 of the model yellow. Okay, we shaded 3/5 of that yellow. Draw a horizontal line across the rectangle to show two equal parts. Shade 1/2 of the yellow sections blue. Count the sections that are shaded twice and write a fraction for the parts of the whole that are shaded twice. How many sections are shaded twice? 1, 2, 3. So 3 sections are shaded twice. And how many sections are in our whole? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So our denominator is going to be 10. So 1/2 of 3/5 is 3/10. Compare the numerator and the denominator of the product with the numerator and denominator of the factors. Describe what you notice. Okay, you should notice that the numerator of the answer is the product of the numerator of the factors. 1 times 3 is 3. And the denominator of the answer is the product of the denominators of the factors, of the fractions. 2 times 5. I'm going to go ahead and pull up a blank page and type that answer up for you. So in the middle of page 311, where it says compare the numerator and denominator of the product, this is what you should have. The numerator of the answer is the product of the numerator of the factors. So 1/2 times 3/5. The numerator of the answer is the same as the product of these numerators, and the denominator is the same as the product of the denominators. Again, we're working with Sasha and her scarf. This is the another way down at the bottom. It says use pencil and paper instead of drawing. You can multiply fractions without using a model. Multiply the numerators. 1 times 3. And then multiply the denominators. 2 times 5. And 1 times 3 is 3. And 2 times 5 is 10. So Sasha will knit 3/10 of her scarf today. Okay, our hint for today is remember, now we've moved on to page 312, remember you can write a whole number as a fraction with a denominator of 1. We have talked about this many times. It says find 4 times 5/12. Write the product in simplest form. Write the whole number as a fraction. So we're just going to put that whole number over 1, because if we divide 4 by 1, we would get 4. Multiply the numerators. So 4 times 5 is 20. Multiply the denominators. 1 times 12 is 12. Write the product as a fraction or as a mixed number in simplest form. So 20 divided by 4, we can divide each of these by 4 to simplify it. 20 divided by 4 is 5. 12 divided by 4 is 3. And now we can take our improper fraction, 5/3, and turn it into a mixed number. There is 1 3 in 5. If you need to divide that, you can. And we would have 2 left over. So we take our remainder and put it over our divisor to get our fraction. So 4 times 5/12 is 5/3, or 1 2/3. This is the try this that starts in the middle of page 312. It says evaluate C times 4/5 for C equals 5/8. So instead of C in your number sentence, you're going to write 5/8 because it says right here C is equal to 5/8. Replace C in the expression with 5/8. So you're going to write 5/8 over here. You're going to rewrite your numerators and your denominators. 5 times 4 is 20. 8 times 5 is 40. Now we need to write that in simplest form. The best way to get that in simplest form is to notice that you can divide each of those numbers by 20. There is 1 20 in 20 and 2 20s in 40. So C times 4/5 is equal to 1/2 when C is equal to 5/8. This is by the little green dot down at the bottom of page 312. It says, since 4/5 is being multiplied by a number less than 1, should the product be greater than or less than 4/5? Remember, if we multiply a fraction times a fraction, we can never get a whole. So it will be less than, and I'll type in the explanation. Here is that explanation in words. It will be less than 4/5. A fraction less than 1 multiplied by a fraction less than 1 will result in a product less than either factor, because I am finding part of a part. Okay, now you can turn the page and go on to share and show, page 313. Find the product, write the product in simplest form. This is number 1 at the top of the page. And so we can multiply this. 6 times 3 is 18. And 1 times 8 is 8. Now we want this in simplest form, so we've got to make that into a mixed number. We can take 18 and divide it by 8. Goes twice. That leaves them with 2 8s. And we can reduce 2 8s. So, or 2 and 2 8s, or 2 and 1/4. So that's the simplest form. Now this one is a fraction times a fraction. This is the hot problem of number 2. I want you to stop your tape, your video. I want you to do this one and then see if you get the answer right. So right now, stop your video. Okay, you should have stopped the video. Now you're coming back to check your answer. 3 times 8 is 24. 8 times 9 is 72. And 72 can be divided by 24. So it could be 4 1/3. This is number 4, your other little hot check mark problem. So stop your video right now again, do it, and see if you get it right. 5 times 3 is 15. 12 times 5 is 60. We can simplify that by dividing each by 15. And 15 goes into 15 once and into 60 4 times. So your answer on number 4 is 1/4. Okay, this is down on your own number 13. Of the pets in the pet show, 5/6 are cats. 4/5 are of the cats are calico. What fraction of the pets are calico? So again, we're finding part of a part. 5 times 4 is 20. 6 times 5 is 30. We can divide each of those by 10. So we would get 2/3. So 2/3 of the pets are calico. This is number 15. Okay, we're going to again substitute a number in for C. 2/5 times C, for C is equal to 4/7. So we're taking 2/5 times 4/7 because we're putting 4/7 over here where C was. So 2 times 4 is 8. 5 times 7 is 35. And that cannot be reduced. This one is 17. 2/3 times T when T is 1/8. So 2/3 times 1/8 is equal to 2/24, or I can divide them each by 2. 1/12. Work hard today. Thank you.